I wanted to introduce myself. I realized that you probably don't even know who I am. My name is Asa Nilsson, and I live in a town called Västerås, and that's about an hour outside of Stockholm, west. And I'm an American, a Swedish American Swede, living in Sweden. I was born in Sweden, raised in the U.S., and returned to Sweden as an adult because I wanted to come back to the quiet. After 39 years in the U.S., I felt like it was time for me to come back home. And what I mean by come back home, at that point, I thought it was coming home to Sweden. It was actually coming home to myself. And I don't know that I would have been able to do it had I stayed where I was, because the pace at which I was living my life, the everything of I've got to have more, I got to do more, I got to run faster, I got to be more, I have to show more, I have to have more friends, I have to. Are you hearing me? Are you getting me? You getting the drift? Yeah. So I felt like I was coming out of my skin. I couldn't calm down. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't catch my breath. And the thing is, it took me a long time to realize that the problem wasn't my location. The problem was myself. And I thought for so long that, oh gosh, when I move back to Sweden, this is how my life is going to look. When I do this one day, which I never thought it was going to be when I was in my early 40s, excuse me, there were so many things that I didn't understand. And of course, in retrospect, right, hindsight is 2020. And if I knew then what I know now, would I do anything differently? Probably. I'll be honest, I probably would. But you can't go back. So I'm not going to spend too much time sitting here looking in the rearview mirror. But I want you to consider that the pace of our lives will either help us or hurt us. So the forest where I sit right now in the moss, which I absolutely love, look at this. I love my feet touching the moss. This is therapy for me. This is therapeutic to be here in the quiet and to look at the trees. I love trees. To listen to the birds. To feel the wind. Not a lot of wind, but this is Swedish summer. I'm wearing a wool sweater and it's 8 o'clock, 8:15 in the morning. And it's a beautiful day. It's the best day of my life. Every day is the best day of my life. I wake up and I say those words. And I take into consideration how I want to feel today. How do I want to serve today? How do I want to show up in the world today for others and for myself? And the only way that I can really find the truest alignment of that is when I show up as myself, my 100% self. And I'm still learning who that is. I'm still coming back. I've been here for 11 years. I moved back 11 years ago, and I am still, this is an eternal journey, right? I'm 55 years old. So if I am constantly realizing self-realization, there's no, I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to do better, I'm trying to, if I only do this, then I will, blah, 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 blah. None of that. Just coming home to self, coming home to self. And who am I today? Not what I thought I would be, not what I thought everybody else would think I would be. Am I successful in other people's eyes? Am I loved? Am I needed? That really has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with us. What is us, what is up to us, is taking care of ourselves and being our own best friend, being loving to ourselves. And when we come back to the quiet, when we come back to the moss, when we come back to the forest, we come back to whatever version of that whatever you have to be able to come back to grounding yourself and being able to take some deep breaths and being able to contemplate, who am I today? How can I serve today based on who I am today? Because I will not be the same tomorrow. I'm certainly not the same as I was yesterday. I'm even better today than I was yesterday. But man, could you imagine what tomorrow is going to look like? Ah, my God, it's getting better and better. It's getting better and better. How is that possible? How is it possible? Because I calmed down. I calmed down and let myself listen to my own nurturing, my own calling, my own pull. Not what I thought I should be, but what I actually am and who I actually am today. And am I proud of her? Yep. I love her. Can you say the same for you? I hope so. I really hope so. Get out to the forest today if you can, even if it's in your mind's eye. Yeah? Thinking about you. Take good care.